Hi, this is Dee Podbilski, and yes, I finally got my name changed. And my career that I've researched is an elementary school teacher. And I interviewed a teacher I've been working with for the past 3 years. She's a first grade teacher here at Liberty Traditional School, Miss Cassidy. And her working environment, as you can probably guess, is the classroom. But she does attend workshops, and she's on committees, and she has continuing training, and gets together and does seminars and things of that nature with fellow teachers as well. Her typical work week is Monday through Friday. She gets paid for 7:30 to 3:30, but she is generally there about 7 o'clock in the morning and does not leave until somewhere around 5:30 in the evening. So it's a pretty long day for her, and usually brings work home as well. Her typical class size is right around 30. That's what she says is the max, but as you know, that can vary throughout the year. And she has a couple of subjects that she really doesn't have any leniency on how she teaches. In fact, all the first grade instructors teach the same subject at the same time and in a very specific order. And there's a few subjects that are like that. There are some other subjects such as math and like art and some other things, social studies and science, that she's allowed to have a little leniency on, and she can interject some of her own ideas and things along with what the requirements are. As far as family friendliness, I was really shocked. They have a program set up that if she should call in sick or have to leave for an emergency or something of that nature, that of course there are substitute teachers, but there's also a program set up so that the other first grade teachers split her class up and actually just integrate it with their classes and continue the day. Or even the principal will come down and teach her class. Some of the things that are stressful in her job and were actually kind of surprising to me. I would think that dealing with 30 kids all day long would be stressful, but she said the personalities with her coworkers, especially in particular her principal, if you don't get along with your principal, you're going to have a really rough time. And parent-teacher involvement was a big thing. She doesn't get a lot of help, and that's pretty typical for generally all the teachers there. They don't get a lot of parents that come in and help in the classrooms. Not only that, they have parents that don't help their children, with their homework or things that they have to do, send papers back in and whatnot. So that's very stressful for her because she's responsible. And if the children aren't getting the help at home, then they're naturally going to fall behind, and then she doesn't have the time to spend with these children. Some of the benefits that she has are what you would expect. Medical, she says she used to have dental and vision. Vision is gone, and the dental has been reduced considerably. They do have a type of retirement that the employer matches some of the contributions that they put in. And they have a 357 retirement plan, which I really didn't get too in depth with that, but I'm assuming it's something similar to a 401k. Some of her job tasks are pretty much teaching a first grade class. The only subjects that she doesn't cover are PE, library time, computers, music, things of that nature, but pretty much everything else is up to her to teach. She does have to create her own curriculum, so that is a challenging thing for her as well. And she has to plan a daily lesson, and she has to plan it for herself as well as for a substitute. So every day there has to be 2 lesson plans planned. And every Wednesday, all of the teachers get together and they do a refresher course on something. The educational requirements, she said, in this state are quite low. A bachelor's degree is pretty much it, as well as a teaching certificate and being highly qualified. But she says that a master's actually isn't looked very highly upon. It only gets you about $1,000 more a year, And what is actually more beneficial is to have a double or a triple bachelor's, to have majored in multiple different areas, because it makes you more marketable. And as far as the salary, she says the starting salary is about $30,000 a year, and somebody who's been there about 10 years or so is about $36,000 a year. So that's not a huge change. And again, if you have a master's, you can add about $1,000 a year to that salary range. It's not a huge change. So it's not like where you're in a college setting where having a master's or a doctorate does make a huge difference. Something that she did make a mention of is that the teachers don't have a lot of respect in this state, especially the school that she works in. They don't have a heck of a lot of respect, and there is a very high turnover rate. There's not a lot of employee loyalty to the employer, and that is generally due to a lack of respect for the teachers. They're not given credit for the job that they do. And one thing that I would like to throw in, this is from my observation of working with her once a week for over 3 years now, is that she doesn't seem to get a heck of a lot of breaks. She gets a bathroom break when the kids go to recess, and she gets to scarf down some food when they go to lunch. But that's about it. They have a specials once a week, and that's when she's running to the copy room to get more supplies or whatever. And generally on her those breaks, you know, that the kids are out at recess, or they're eating lunch, she's also doing work-related tasks. So she's multitasking usually. She mentioned that this job, you don't make a lot of money. It's not a type of job that you would take because you make a lot of money. It's because it would be what you love to do, and you care about it, and you care about the kids. And one thing I'd like to mention is she did close the interview with these words: "This is the best job I've ever had. It is the most rewarding, and I really love working with the children." And like I said, this information came from Ms. Cassidy. She is a first grade teacher, and I've been working with her for over 3 years in her classroom as a parent aide. And she is a wonderful teacher that inspires the children to live. And unfortunately, this is her last year teaching. She has decided to retire. But hopefully this gives you a little information on what a first grade teacher has to do on a daily basis. And have a good day.